an NFC Championship game rematch. Hey, it's the coach. You're watching Week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports. Last January, it was the Rams who prevailed in the Superdome. Now the Saints get their chance for revenge as they travel out to L.A., the city of angels. I'll have stats and scores around the league at halftime. But first, let's send it out to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Coach, this is the city, Los Angeles, California. That's where we are for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The City of Angels showing it can be loud and raucous. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad emerged from the tunnel. They're ready for football and ready to watch their Rams do battle with Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. Seated next to Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, this one featuring a couple of playoff teams from a season ago, back at it again in 2019.
And we both felt the confidence from both of these teams, right? They feel like they will be back in the playoffs again, but they shouldn't be overconfident. 7 teams last year made the playoffs that didn't make it the previous year, so you're not assured of going back year after year.
Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? This is taken at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Rams offense ready to go to work, and it's Jared Goff who leads them out. Number 1 overall pick back in 2016. If you look at it, his rise falls right in line with the arrival of Sean McVay as head coach. 2 years ago, 0-7 start as a rookie, but since then 24-7 in the regular season the last 2 years.
Cut. 180. Mike 27.
I smell fear in that offense. I smell fear.
The 5th year back from Texas, this is Malcolm Brown. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down. And quickly now, here's a look at the Rams offense.
And I think the entire league benefited when Andrew Whitworth made the decision to come back for his 13th NFL season. Still one of the best offensive tackles in the game. 4 Pro Bowls, 2 times first-team All-Pro. He's now 10th among active players in the NFL in games started.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Drop deep, drop deep. Watch the ship, watch the ship. Hey, hey, watch the ship.
They'll fake the give. Now Goff. And the catch made by Hopkins. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. This crew against the pass, issues at times, ranked number 24, Charles, in the NFL.
What they lack in pass defense, they do make up for in run defense. They're a top 10 unit against the people trying to move the ball on the ground. But this is a passing league, so there's a conundrum for them. How do they get better defending the pass?
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, Goff. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Harris to return. It's a 69-yard punt. 69 yards. Wow. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 22. This is Alvin Kamara, who made the Pro Bowl in each of his first 2 NFL seasons. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Let's get a quick look at the Saints offense.
The steal in the 2017 NFL Draft had to be running back Alvin Kamara out of Tennessee, who ended up being that year's NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year. Split time with Mark Ingram his first 2 years in the league. With Mark Ingram now in Baltimore, it's his show. And through his first 2 years, almost equal yardage, rushing and receiving. Expect his rushing numbers to take a big leap in 2019.
And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. The Rams calling on their nickel set here defensively for 3rd down. From the gun, it's Breeze. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Rams will go on offense here for the 1st and 10. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Now gone. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a play fake, and it's gone. That's into the hands of Reynolds. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Reynolds really saw an increased role last year after Cooper Kupp went down with that ACL injury. 29 catches last year for Reynolds, but 22 of those coming after November 11th when Kupp left the lineup. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Alex Anzalone. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8.
47's the mic. 47's the mic.
Throwing on third. Goff. And that is incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. That one in the books as a 64-yard punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. They run with a former Viking and Raider. It's Latavius Murray. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bobbled up.
Now Kamara. And from the 4, they get it to the 8 on a pickup of 4. The Saints with the football here to begin quarter number 2. We're scoreless after 1.
95-56, 95-56. 59 mark, 59 mark. Check, 59.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
From the gun on third down, Breeze. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he is going to be stopped at the 12, short of the first down.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, they got the safe completion on third. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. A reminder coming up later tonight, Sunday Night Football, a good one from Atlanta. Eagles and Falcons, 8:20 Eastern. And then tomorrow on Monday Night Football, Odell Beckham back in New York, back in MetLife Stadium. Browns and Jets, 8:15 Eastern on Monday night. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. Touchdown, L.A. Cooper Kupp. His 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. Kamara's got the first down and then some. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
0-2.
Now Breeze. Lost the football. And now the Rams have got it. Going the other way. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
This is Brown on the draw play. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
On 2nd down now, Akers, and he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
Quit talking about it and bring it. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
From the gun on 3rd down, Goff. Man open, it's Cup. He's got it. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up the first down.
On 2nd down, Akers. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be 3rd down and about the length of the football. Goff on 3rd down. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular season. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Breeze again here on 2nd and 10. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Breeze again. He'll let this go for the end zone. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Emmanuel Sanders, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Lutz with the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Get a look at this offense led by Cooper Kupp as they make their way back onto the field. He's delivered a solid performance so far here in the second quarter.
Everything has been good. It's in the game.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marching in for the sack, Michael Brockers.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
59, Mike. Check, 59. 6 man.
On third and long, it's Breeze. Looking for Sanders here on the deep ball. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. So Jared Goff, he is the focus of our player spotlight. He's playing pretty well. I don't think it's necessarily him changing up something he's doing, but that O-line, they've got to protect him better.
They do. They've got to make sure that they give him more than enough time in order to find targets downfield. And sometimes what happens when these things are going on is that the field general will step up and say, hey, that's on me, guys. I didn't get rid of it fast enough. Anything to try and relax them a little bit and take some pressure off because they do know that they are trying.
Yeah, well, we've seen the 4 sacks so far in this contest. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. Trying to get it to Woods, but it's going to be second down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9.
Hey, kill. A gain of 1 brings up 3rd down and 9.
A shotgun snap for Goff. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter. 12 yards on the return that time, and the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Breeze finding Kamara, and he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Breeze now to throw. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And he'll take it just outside the 40. A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. Get a look at this offense led by Cooper Kupp as they make their way back onto the field. Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that because it has been pretty good, but there's always that hint that things can really escalate for him. And right now they feel like they're somewhat keeping him in check, but he has found the end zone once. But boy, he can explode at any moment.
And when you hit that end zone once, you want to find it again, don't you?
Yes, you do.
Makes you hungrier.
You get greedy in a good way.
On 2nd down, it's Brown. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. From the gun, here's Goff. And got him man, it's Woods. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Goff hitting Woods for a Rams first. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Gone. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. It'll be a 1st down for the Rams there on a pickup of 18.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there. Getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
To throw again on 2nd down. Goff. This is caught. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Goff to Woods as the Rams move the chains. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Gerald Everett, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. So Breeze going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 21. Here's Breeze to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle, and that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Los Angeles. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the 4th quarter of play. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Breeze. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 30 big ones.
That's a real nice job right there. Working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. Drew Brees, 6 fourth-quarter comebacks a season ago, and that led the NFL. He'll try to deliver another one. Looking here for Smith downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Traquan Smith, the intended receiver, and it's third down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that's caught by Smith. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 23. And in a two-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. The end result, 21 yards.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Emmanuel Sanders with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air, because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here, because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see.
And the pressure gets to Brees as he's taken down. The defensive player of the year, Aaron Donald. And it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
To try again after the sack. Brees. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
Brees to throw on 2nd down. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is third and long.
Take four.
Sponge. No.
Shotgun now for Breeze. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
I got it. Check 52. Check 99. Check 99.
The Saints do snap it. It's Breeze. He'll let this thing go for Sanders. And all the way down to the 36-yard line.
Let's go, baby.
Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. Breeze now. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. They'll look to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 20-yard line. Nothing open downfield. They went underneath.
Yeah, see if you can get it to your running back. See if you can make someone miss in the open field.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on first and 10. Into the red zone, it's Breeze. It's brought in by Harris. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down. So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Back to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Latavius Murray, the intended receiver, out of the backfield. And it'll bring up third down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1. Breeze, one of the best ever in these situations as he's trying to get his guys set. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on first and goal.
Kill. Here we go.
They'll try to run it in with Murray. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Now from the 9, here's second and goal.
Kill.
He'll look to throw. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds.
So for those of little faith, guess what? it got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. Oh, this is blocked. This is going the other way. But he will not be able to bring this one back, and the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
Oftentimes when you give up a touchdown, it's really a deflation for your entire unit. And the special teams group, when they run out there, they still feel it. And maybe they don't go after it so much. Instead, they gave great effort there, blocked the extra point, and really gave them a lift after giving up the score.
Yeah, gave up the touchdown, lost the lead, but a nice job to get in there and block it. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. Cooper Kupp was his intended target, but it'll be second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen.
One last throw here for Goff. Now a desperation throw, and that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently, so that's just going to be an incompletion. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for New Orleans, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for Los Angeles, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.